Hey guys, my name's Aaron.
And Stuart.
And today I'm going to be testing out my Death Guard army for the very first time.
That's right, and I'll be looking at running Bile and his creations of Bile army.
Very nice. And Stewie's a returning gamer back from 4th Ed.
4th edition, yes.
Coming back in 9th. So we'll see how we go. So we're both going to make lots of mistakes. Stay tuned. Alright guys, we're about to roll off to see what mission we're doing. We're going Incursion from the New Eternal Wars. Since our armies are both only 1,000 points each.
Yeah.
Alright, Stewie, have the honours.
Alright.
So we've got one. It's this one right here. Oh, look at that. None of the objectives are in our deployment zones.
Oh, great.
So we're doing Divide and Conquer. So with all the new missions, you've got your basic primaries, which go, you hold one objective, you get 5 points at the start of your command phase. If you hold 2, you get 10 points, sorry. And if you hold more than your opponent as well, then you get 15 for the turn.
Sounds simple.
Then they start scoring from turn 2 onwards.
Yep.
Yep. And then we've got a secondary objective which you can pick as an optional. So we've got lines of demarcation. Is that what you reckon it says?
Demarcation, yeah. Go with that. We'll go with that.
Yeah. So it's a progressive one. At the end of your turn, you score 4 victory points if you control both objective markers labelled A. So they're the ones closer to the deployment zones.
Yep.
And if you control both objective markers labelled B, 2 points for that. So you can get 6 points each turn, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks very, very, very nasty. Cool. So the deployment is the long edges across ways, as you can see. So we're going from one end to the other end, which means we've got to lean the most with this table.
Great.
Yeah. So let's roll off to see who becomes attacker, who becomes defender. We need the book again.
Yeah, roll on something.
All right, let's do it. All right, a 6.
6.
And 4.
Oh, 4.
All right, so I will go defender.
Defender, okay.
Defender.
So you want Bile to attack?
I do. But he's still got to roll off at the start of the turn, so he goes first.
Yep.
Because that's just weird. Cool. So we'll go over the armies in just a sec, and we'll pick our secondaries, and then we'll come and have a chat.
Yep.
See ya real soon. Okay, so this is my 1,000 points of Death Guard. So Stewie and I decided pre-game that we were going to go a bit of a theme. We wanted to have a Bile versus Typhus type thing going.
I'm all about themes.
Yeah, me too actually. I kind of like the narrative play.
Yeah, that's what I much more enjoy.
Yep. So we've got Typhus. So being a Typhus list, we had to go Typhus's Plague Company. So I designed it around the Harbingers. So the Harbingers are the first Plague Company of the Death Guard. They have 7 Plague Companies because they're Nurgle orientated. They basically make everything all sorts of 7 because they just get off on the number 7.
Yep.
So Typhus's special thing is that they have abilities that affect Poxwalkers, and this detachment is the only one that actually specifically says that Typhus, the character, and Poxwalkers get the keyword of the Harbingers, and all the other ones are just the actual Plague Marines themselves. So we've got 2 special stratagems that you can use. The first one is called From the Karen Heaps. It's 1 CP if you do it on 1 unit, or 3 CP if you do it on 2 units. And it basically means you can make a unit Poxwalker's Deep Strike. I don't actually know if it's going to be beneficial to me, but I'm actually going to do it simply for the thematic part of it.
Might as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Try and pull Bile down.
And yeah, why not? And the other thing is, if you have a unit that has the the Harbinger's keyword, the last model that's killed the unit, you can spend a CP, and he basically blows up and does D3 mortal wounds onto the unit that kills them.
Yeah.
In melee it is though. I apologise, it's in melee. We've got a relic which I haven't actually given to anybody. It's the Rot Skull Bomb. It's like a grenade. Grenades are kind of hard to get to use. But I've made Typhus the Warlord for thematic reasons, and then I've spent a CP to give another unit in the army the a Warlord trait, and this is what it does. When an infantry model is destroyed as a result of an attack made with a melee weapon by this warlord, add 1 model to a friendly Harbinger's Poxwalker unit within 7 inches of this warlord. You must pay reinforcement points for each model that you add to that unit that would increase this unit above its starting strength. So if the unit gets killed down to 2 guys, and then I run into combat and I kill a bunch of guys, I can bring it up, but if the unit's at the maximum of 20, if I bring any more guys back, I have to pay reinforcement points. That's how I read it anyways. So at this point, I'm at 995 points.
So you got a few little way.
but the Poxwalkers are 7 points each.
Oh, okay.
So I can't bring anyone up to more than their maximum.
So I want to try and ignore them.
If you want. It's up to you. You're not going to have much choice. You're going to have to.
I've got to deal with it.
Okay, so I'll go through the list now. So we got Typhus, as explained. He's the warlord. He's got the powers Miasma of Pestilence and Putrescent Vitality. So one of them is the one that gives you the neg to hit modifier when you're shooting or combat. And the other one is the one that gives someone nearby a Death Guard unit +1 strength, +1 toughness. So he's also got that little bubble that gives that out to Poxwalkers.
Yep.
So he'll be like hugging in tight with at least 2 squads, the 2 that aren't dropping in from reserve, I'm guessing, to give them extra strength. And then he can pop another one so you can actually get a squad of Poxwalkers up to strength 5, toughness 5.
Okay. Is that within or wholly within? I love that.
Within. So
within. Just like one guy. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I think I'll have a quick read of it anyway, just double check. So we don't want to goof that one.
No.
But the psychic power is just a point and shoot type thing. So then we've got the Demon Prince of Nurgle. So that's a really nice looking model, that one.
Well, I don't know, I haven't seen
the guy that modelled that, it must have been a genius. So he's not quite finished being painted, but he's getting there. He's looking alright. I'm liking the way he rolls.
I like his little nurgling flying in front of him too.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's like he's trying to copy him. So he's actually got that second warlord trait we mentioned, and he's also got a relic, which is called, where is it? Where are my relics? Oh, helps if I don't click on Typhus. That's it. The Putrid Perifat. I think that's how you say it. Peripet, whatever it is. It gives you an extra psychic power. It doesn't mean you can cast an extra psychic power, it just means you get to have the ability to take a second one. But then also when you successfully cast a psychic power, you regain D3 wounds.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's the guy who's going to run into combat and kill things. And in a bubble of 7, he can make a Poxwalker pop up. His 2 psychic powers are Gift of Contagion and Curse of the Leper. Now, I think Curse of the Leper seems more like a fluffy power.
Yeah.
So,
well, you're surrounded by plague.
Yeah.
Plague everywhere.
Exactly. So I thought that'd be fun. I might not even get to cast it. He'd probably be doing smites and nerfing the whole time anyways. But either way. So then we've got 3 squads of 20 Poxwalkers. So being a Typhus list, I wanted to take some Plague Marines and that, but I thought, you know what, it's Typhus. I'm just going to go pure Poxwalkers.
Yeah.
3 squads of 20.
That's a lot of Poxwalkers.
Yeah, they're nasty to paint too.
Yeah.
It's like mind-numbing.
Still not enough flamers.
I'm still not quite finished either. I've still got to do some base work and some details, but they're there. They're good enough. And then we've got 3 elite characters as well. So we've got the Foul Blightspawn. This dude, he has a special aura ability where if someone is within 7 inches an enemy unit and they want to attack first in combat, he can actually say, no, you attack after everything.
Okay.
Then we've got the Noxious Blightbringer, which is the guy with the big bell on his head. He has a aura which allows you to roll 2d6 to advance and then take the highest.
Okay.
So he's basically there to try and make the Poxwalkers go a little bit faster because their move is basically 4. So they're going to be slow and just like, oh. And then...
I'm not going to remember any of this, but we'll
that's
go
all right.
with it.
We'll go with it. I'll just make up rules as we go along.
Yeah, that's it. I wouldn't even know.
And our last guy we've got is the Plague Surgeon. So that's him there,
Yeah.
His special thing is that he gets an aura which allows a unit with the Death Guard keyword to reroll 1s on their Disgustingly Resilient.
Nice.
So at this point, Disgustingly Resilient is at a 5+. There's a stratagem I think you can put on just Plague Marines. I have to check, it's in the new book. But it actually lets you get a 4+ for Disgustingly Resilient. but I don't think I can cast that onto the Poxwalker, so they can't get up there. But it does work for the reroll 1. There's also one of the Plague Companies, which affects these guys mostly, and it lets you reroll it on a 1 or a 2.
Okay.
So those guys can be quite hardy. I can imagine a big blob of Plague Marines with 4 up, disgusting resilient, and rerolling 1s and 2s.
Yeah, they're pretty.
That'll take a long time to move.
Quite up in points, but
Yeah. So that's the list.
Yeah, I like it. Quite themey.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about the theme.
Yeah,
and the fun.
Absolutely. And I've done up a nice chaosy looking table too, so we'll have a look at that a bit later as well.
Yeah.
So as for my secondaries, I'm still reading them out of the book because I'm still learning them. So I've gone with First Strike. So I don't know if I'm going to get that off because my army doesn't really have any ability to shoot you off the table. So I think it could be a bad one, but I don't care because it's the theme one, and I went with killing kind of ones.
Yeah.
And then I've also gone Assassinate, so 3 victory points at the end of the battle, for each enemy character that was destroyed. So I've got to kill these characters. I thought that'd be cool. I almost went Slay the Warlord because it would be thematic for Typhus to want to kill.
Well, you can never kill Bile.
Yeah.
He clones himself and brings himself back.
Well, that's true. Well, I could kill that clone.
You kill that clone.
That's just an instance of Bile, it's not the real Bile. And then I went...
his brain's in there, but his body gets cloned all the time. Anyway.
Well, that's
more
cool.
on that later.
We'll talk about that in a few minutes. And then I went Raise the Banners High. So I do have lots of little troop guys running around and they don't get to shoot, so they might as well raise a banner or something.
Yeah, might as well.
So that's my list. So we'll go over the Typhus list. We'll go over
You're
the
obsessed
Bile
with
list.
Typhus, aren't you?
I'm
Yeah.
obsessed with Typhus. I really am. So yeah, all right, back in just a sec with Stu's list. Yeah, we've got
Bile.
We've got the purple Emperor's Children looking guys.
Yeah, I think I'm going Emperor's Children. I haven't decided yet. Yeah.
I do love the purple.
I do, yes, too. So I haven't played since 4th Ed, so
This
I
will
thought
be
I'd give
interesting.
9th edition a go, and wanted to pick an army that was pretty easier to learn because of the stratagems and books and things, and I came across Bile. Now, I've always liked Bile. He's been a very interesting character in the 40k universe. So when the new model came out, the new book came out, I thought I'd give it a go and see what he's got. So Legion wise, he's got a limited amount of stratagems, so it makes it easy for me to learn the game and not flip through books and continue his cards and stratagems. So he's got a Legion trait of Creations of Bile, which gives +1 movement and strength to all infantry, biker and Hellbrute units. So they all get a buff from him, which is +1 movement and +1 strength.
Cool.
So base, there's no rolls for it, it's all standard deal.
Possess go 8 inches,
Yeah,
Moves go 7.
Yeah, talons.
Yeah, nice.
Hellbrutes,
Yeah, that's true.
So they're a little bit faster now.
That's cool.
Yep. And alright, so the makeup of the list, I have to take Bile as my warlord. I have no choice to get the Creations of Bile on his Legion. So he's there with his little acolyte. It's only 5 points. You might as well grab him. And the acolyte actually helps him roll for enhanced warriors each turn, which gives him the +1 or -1 to his D3 roll, which will boost. I can usually boost the strength, toughness, or attacks on a particular unit. The majority of the time it'd be toughness. Toughness seems to be the get-go on.
Exactly. Exactly like weenie guys like Milo. Strength 3.
Yeah, so that's him there. I won't be pushing him into combat because he is an old man. I think how many thousands of years old he is now.
Oh, so. At least 10,000.
10,000, but he clones himself.
10,000 plus.
Every time,
that's true. Each of his bodies might not be 10,000.
Yes, because he's the only survivor. Well, it's not survivor, but the only Emperor's Children that still suffers from the blight.
Oh.
Hence why his body keeps breaking down and keeps getting taken over tumours. So he clones himself, puts his brain into a new body, and gets going again for his master plan.
Hopefully he doesn't get a brain tumour.
Well, who knows? But he keeps going, and he's got his master plan happening, and lore-wise, that's why he keeps wanting to live.
Yep.
So unit composition. So I've got the Master Possession over here, and he'll be pretty much hanging out with the unit of three Obliterators. They're the new sculpts, which I think are fantastic.
They
models.
look awesome. They look so much more beefier than the old ones.
Oh yeah, and he'll be basically just there, just spamming muted invigoration, which will let me reroll dice on their flesh metal guns if I want to. And maybe I
Nice.
think the other one is maybe Infernal Power. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
But he'll be hiding out with that unit,
Mm.
basically buffing the Obliterators. Got a troop choice, only one single troop choice of Marines, Chaos Marines. I chose those because cultists don't actually benefit from the creations of Baal at all. So
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah, they're quite fluffy in this list.
Yeah.
There's not much point taking cultists at the moment. Maybe in
Yeah.
a big list I'll have a big unit of them for objectives, and there's a particular
Yeah, yeah.
stratagem that do benefit
Nice.
from cultists.
It is quite fluffy too for Bile to have lots of cultists around.
Yes, yeah.
Because even though he's technically a Chaos Space Marine, he's more of like a solo guy. That
Yeah,
runs
well, all
around.
mutants look to him as a sort of god of mutants, because he likes to welcome into his planet.
Nice.
Although I think he uses them for his own sort of
Yeah, he
experiments and
just
things.
manipulates them.
But
basically.
he doesn't care. So.
Yeah,
Then
that's how
I
it
got
rolls.
fast attack unit of the Talons.
Nice.
Basically, he's the boost of movement and strength just benefits him very well.
Exactly,
So
yeah,
I
they're
might as well
fast.
run them.
Hard hitting close combat unit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're cheap costs and in relation to a lot of things, I think. And plus, I like the models, so you might as well run them. Just
Yeah, they're awesome models.
and I think they fit the theme of Bile's creations of
Yeah.
weird
Yeah,
and
yeah.
wonderful
Does the
creations.
+1 movement, is that advance as well and charge, or just the movement?
Plus
itself?
one movement.
That's
Oh,
it.
plus one move. So
Yeah.
we'll just check that. So I'm sure we'll have some comments.
If it's +1 charge as well, that's
It's just plus one movement to characteristics.
Okay, yeah.
So
cool.
yeah, so it's just everything.
So what are their normal moves? 12 or 14?
14, I think.
Some things are a bit quicker these days.
yeah,
So that'll be your +1 again.
I could use the app and find it faster, but we'll just.
We'll go old school.
I'll flick through the book. So they're movement 12, so they're movement
Yeah,
13
so
now.
13 now. That's good.
13. The Obliterators go up to 6, I believe.
Yeah, they're like a slow moving guy.
Yeah, so they're a little bit faster. Hellbrute. Well, everyone knows that. I think Walkers and Dreadnoughts in general are
Yeah, they can
buffed
move
in
and
9th
shoot stuff.
edition. Hellbrute's a fantastic looking model and also benefits from his Legion trait. So
Yeah.
the Hellbrute's faster and stronger in combat too. So,
Yeah.
and he's armed with a heavy flamer
Nice.
as well, and
And then
what you see is what you get. So
Multi-melter,
multi-melter,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
So just in case you want to
yeah,
plant
yeah.
a shot in your wall or something
Yeah,
like
like if
that
you
in
can
combat.
pop off a good shot, you know,
Yeah.
you might as well.
And
D6 damage is never something that you really want to be hitting
that's
you.
right, that's right. And I got one Greater Possessed. Reason why I took the Greater Possessed, I wanted to give him Bile's Relic.
Mhm.
Because I can't put it on name character, but I can put it on a
Correct,
character
yeah.
model, and the Greater Possessed is a character, so he'll be running the Living Carapace, which actually buffs his save by 1
Nice.
and lets him, I think,
Like 2
regenerate.
pluses?
I think it regenerates raw wounds too.
Oh, nice.
So,
that sounds
yeah.
very Bile-ish.
Yeah, so it's basically
Yeah.
enhanced. I'll just find it for you. It is called Living Carapace. Yes, the start of your turn, model this relic regains a lost wound, and in addition, when resolving a save against this model, it's +1 to the saving throw, so it comes at 2+.
He's one of those guys that if I'm going to start attacking him, I've got to make
Yeah.
sure I kill him.
That's right, and
Yeah,
also
that's right.
another trick I was going to hopefully use was keep him near the talons because he's a focus of power. So he actually
Okay.
boosts the strength of the talons.
Oh,
as
so
well,
they get
if he-
+2.
Yeah, if
Ah.
they're near him. But that's
Yeah.
something I want to test out and see if I can
Yeah,
keep up with the talents
That'd be
because
cool.
they're flying up the board.
Yep. Yep.
So that's basically the rundown really. I've got
Very
a couple
nice.
of plasma guns because Nurgle plasma, hopefully, who knows, I might roll once and kill myself.
Yeah.
So, is that still a thing nowadays?
Yeah.
Okay.
With plasma now, it's you either can shoot it just the normal shot where you don't get killed,
Yeah.
or you can overcharge.
Oh, so
In
it's
which
the
case,
overcharge, yeah.
when you overcharge, it goes to strength 8, and then you get 2 damage instead of 1.
Okay.
But then if you roll a 1,
I think normal shots most
Um,
of the tables.
a lot of plasma is starting to change in certain books.
Yeah.
Like in the older books, it's modifiable. So if I've got like a neg to hit, it becomes 1s and 2s you overheat.
Okay.
But in some of the newer books, it's a natural 1.
Yep.
So hopefully when they update everything soon,
Yeah, we'll
they
see.
make
yeah.
it all natural ones. Because
Yeah.
that makes more sense. Like if you're shooting at a guy that's harder to hit, why is your plasma going to overheat more?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Sweet.
Do you guys want to know about stratagems? There's only a limited
Oh,
amount.
you gotta declare what your second.
Oh, I
is
might
quickly.
declare my objectives. The
Yep.
okay, I'm going to choose Assassinate, I think, was my first one. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, Assassinate, might
characters.
as well as a few characters in this.
Yeah,
in
alright,
the-
5
in the Death
characters.
Guard.
So you can max that out. Possibly.
Fluffy, fun one, thin the ranks, I think.
Yeah.
For every 10, sounds like I get victory points. We'll work it out later on. So every one
Yeah.
model I kill, I get a point. And they're divided by 10, gives me that number of victory points at the end of the game. So we'll see how many Plague Walkers I can try and smash, and hopefully you'll regen them, and I'll get some more points as I keep
Yeah.
killing them.
So if you kill all the Poxwalkers and I don't regenerate anyone,
yeah.
that's 66 points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that might work. And I can imagine
But then,
Bile on the back going, thin the ranks, you know.
If I regenerate 5 of them and then you wipe out all my characters as well, that gives you 7 points,
Yeah.
which isn't too
That's
bad.
not too bad. And
Yeah.
also, Raise the Banner seems to be the standard
Yeah.
grab.
Yeah, snatch and
Snap
grab.
and grab one, so we'll see
Yeah.
how we go with
They've
that.
also mentioned that when the books come out, new codexes, they're actually going to have specific secondaries as well.
Oh, okay.
So,
Alright, it'll be interesting to see
yeah,
how
yeah.
that goes with Bile. So,
yeah, it'll be good.
yeah, War of the Spider, and we'll see how
Yeah.
Bile uses his stratagems, which are some fun ones in there,
Yeah,
if I can
definitely.
remember the rules.
So we'll quickly go over the table,
Yeah.
and then the actual battle will be posted the next day.
Okay.
So, righto, so here's the battlefield. We've got a deployment zone down this end. As you can see on the 1,000-point missions, they're actually quite small. Like, you've got less than 12 inches line across there. So we've got our objectives. We've got in the middle here. And then we've got the other deployment zone down the end here. Now, as the defender, I do get to pick where I want to set up. So I'm actually going to pick that end down here. So Stewie will get to set up the first model and we'll go back and forth, and then the battle report will be tomorrow. Make sure you like, subscribe and send me lots of money. Thank you. Bye.